Sir, the aliens have sent a message.
They have? What does it say?
So it was just the word spelunking, and it's worth -4 points.
So I'm just spitballing here. But maybe we send back the word spitball and see how that does.
Sir, yes, sir.
A Message from the Stars is a cooperative social deduction game where you play as either an alien sending transmissions to Earth, or as a team of scientists trying to decipher what that message means. Each round of the game, the alien will pass a word of their choice to the scientists, along with a score that aligns with their cipher, which includes letters that add to the score, letters that double the score, and a letter that makes the score negative no matter what. After receiving their word and discussing it, the scientists send a word back of their own that the alien scores on their cipher and hands back. Play goes on until the end of 4 or 3 rounds if you're playing the harder difficulty, which I'd suggest. After all 4 rounds, scientists collectively take their best guess as to what the alien cipher is, using all of the information they've gathered so far. But there's a catch. Before the game begins, both the scientist and the alien get a Mad Lib style message that they have to attempt to communicate to the other side through the words they send. This adds just enough of a wrinkle to keep the game from being too easy. All players have to figure out what words will help solve the cipher while also getting their message across. After the final guess, you tally up your score, getting 1 point for everything you've gotten correct, that being letters in the cipher and words in both messages. That's kinda it. There isn't a winning or losing mechanic in A Message from the Stars. You just are playing for a high score, which feels a bit anticlimactic. Everybody that I've played with has wanted something a little bit more from the finale. I kind of wish in the rulebook there was something to incentivize getting a perfect score, or just like a table that says when you get a perfect score, you've reached the rank of pan-galactic messenger, but that's just not there. When the game ends, it is either a perfect score or it's not, and everybody around the table just solemnly goes, "Oh, yeah, cool." Which isn't great considering how much fun it is to play A Message from the Stars. With that said, the cipher mechanic is great, adding just enough limitations to create a fun puzzle where you're trying to communicate the cipher, but you also have to communicate the message, and you're searching your brain for that perfect word, and when you find that word, it feels so great as the alien. And as the scientist, there's definitely enough there to solve the puzzle. Almost always we were able to solve the puzzle within the 4 rounds, which is why sometimes I think it's better to do the 3-round version. One, it makes the game go a little bit faster, and it gives the scientists less leeway in their transmissions that they send. They have to be perfect, or else it's going to be really tough to solve that cipher. The rulebook mainly focuses on the cooperative side, but it does include a competitive variant on the last page of the rulebook, where 2 aliens send messages to 2 rival factions of scientists publicly, but then receive private transmissions back from those scientists, secretly scoring them, and still trying to get their message across. It seems like a footnote in the rulebook, but I think it fixes most of the problems I have with this game. With everything being public in the cooperative game, it's really easy to deduce things out just by talking it through. Whereas in the competitive side, you have to really think about what you're saying so you don't give up too much information while still helping your team solve the cipher. It also makes the points matter more, where making sure you get your message across and getting that perfect score can be the difference between winning and losing. A Message from the Stars is great. I think it has a niche as a light social deduction game that has maybe a bit more going on than, say, something like Codenames. It might not have enough to sustain itself for an entire night of gaming, but it definitely has a place at the start of an evening while you're working your way up to maybe a bigger deduction game. That is my review, but let me know your thoughts down below. What is your favorite deduction game? Would you respond to aliens if they sent you the word spelunking with 0 context? Other than that, it's worth -4 points? Let me know. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for being such an awesome community. I am Eric with the Cardboard Herald.